Hi there, and welcome to Apple World. So it seems to be Bianca Sorri isn't the casualty that we think she is on the grounds that a few new charges only uncovered her for being basically as terrible as her bootang Kanye West. On the off chance that you all missed the show that has been happening with Kanye West, he as of late got uncovered 2 or 3 weeks prior for supposed by his previous representative, and one more lady uncovered him and Diddy for purportedly attempting to say her in a studio in New York. Fans felt that Bianca was Ye's casualty and there were requires her to leave him. However, with these new allegations, it seems as though we could have been off base since she got uncovered for supposedly spreading pictures of a kid in a terrible way. If you catch my drift, what is going on is downright horrendous, so you all better get sat for this one since it's going to get muddled. You all know how they say that similar creatures rush together. Well, that has never been more genuine than in Kanye and Bianca on the grounds while we were around here feeling terrible for her in light of the way we accepted that she was being abused by Kanye has her in the roads, strolling with scarcely any garments on. We believed that she was Kanye's casualty, and we as a whole felt miserable for her. I mean, there were even reports at first that individuals in her inward circle were worried for her, like one that said Bianca is stuck and her companions are attempting to save her. However, nobody can do to the barricades Kanye has set up around her. Everybody is very concerned. This isn't who she will be. She is a staggeringly blunt and exuberant individual who is never one to keep her mouth shut. Different reports said Kanye has a bunch of rules for Bianca, which incorporates never talk and wear what he believes that her should wear. She is likewise expected to eat specific food things and to resolve despite the fact that Kanye doesn't work out. He has had the option to control Sorri totally on the grounds that he supposedly persuaded her that they're illustrious. She has no brain of her own any longer. When Kanye got sued 2 or 3 weeks prior for being improper with his previous colleague, everybody even felt worried for Bianca. The claim was documented by a lady named Lauren Pata, who professed to have been welcomed on by Kanye to chip away at his Yeezy style line with him. She likewise affirmed that she worked with Kanye on his collection. Now I can't affirm whether this happened in light of the fact that she isn't credited on the collection. Lauren guaranteed that when Kanye employed her, he vowed to pay her $1 million every year as his associate, which was more than liberal at the time. Lauren likewise had a main fans account that she was running as an afterthought. However, Kanye made her shut it down, promising her $1 million in the event that she did as such. As per reports, Lauren was essentially supporting herself by means of a possibly fans profile in 2021. When she met West, she says he recruited her to chip away at the main time of his Simple Ladies style line, and they wound up teaming up on 3 tracks from his day collection. West thusly employed Posada as his own aide with a yearly pay of $1 million depending on the prerequisite that she was accessible all day, every day. She says she consented to the terms, yet when she erased the record, things abruptly different and Kanye began to act unusual towards her. As per reports, after she shut the record, she guarantees she was barraged with express instant messages from West, including grown-up recordings. P-Shot additionally asserts that he did it while conversing with her on the telephone, and that, on one occasion, he pleasured himself before her in the wake of catching her in a confidential room on his plane. She guaranteed that he was saying stuff like, "See, my concern is that I will need to F. However, at that point, after I'm F'd, I believe a young lady should let me know how hard they've been F'd while I'm F'd. I believe that she should undermine me." He would obviously proceed to depict his cozy dreams with profane language some other time. She guaranteed that he texted her platitude, which is my D. It is this thing of mine. I will beat this for being thing R. I'm going to take pictures of white ladies with dark behinds and beat the ish out of my D, severely thrashing his huge dark seat. I couldn't say whether you all recollect this yet. Last year, some Yeezy workers spilled the tea to Rolling Stone about how Kanye would purportedly play pornos during staff gatherings and post cozy photos of his then-spouse Kim Kardashian during prospective employee meetings, which was really improper. It deteriorated when another lady, Nick Key, approached to guarantee that Diddy and Kanye purportedly attempted to say her and my director was sitting opposite me, and you know whether you realize about, like, my past and like us being together similar to, I seen as I was remaining there only sort of very much like considering what's happening. Diddy continued to take a gander at me, and Kanye continued to take a gang to guy at Lauren, and like they were trading looks, and I'm like they're similar to watching me peculiarly. I'm similar to approve allowed me to profess to drink, and like I'm not really doing it. And like that appeared to like fulfill them, like me like claiming to like participate furthermore. quickly, I'm similar to there's something in this beverage, there's something in this drink. And I didn't have the foggiest idea what to do, and I understood that I'm in the studio with Diddy and Kanye, and they're both off there. And there's 3 different men out. Leader that works with Kanye, his architect, and his cousin, and me alone. And I'm similar to Gracious Alright, and I haven't begun Dagnab out yet. Like, I understand what the circumstance is. And they're similar to their psyches, and they start coming towards me, and they're like, H, would you prefer not to take your garments off, like it's so hot in here? And I'm similar to no fine. I'm fine similar to this, and they're similar to come on, like it's simply us, like we as a whole are just companions, like let us vary. Much like see like what you look like, and I'm similar to approve, I'm fine similar, I actually haven't gotten terrified at this point, you realize like I'm actually similar to this is awful, I'm cute. Reaped out, however, like there's not a great explanation to overreact. There's different men here, and they're coming towards me more, and they're attempting to like take my garments off, and I'm similar to by then, where I am similar to this isn't great yet. I'm like actually attempting to. Like, play it off very much like stop you folks are dumb. Like, leave like don't contact me alright. So allowed me just to cut to the chase, so they begin attempting like they're like pawing at me like they're bot. Alcoholic, presumably on something different. And I begin to get as somewhat worried cause I'm basically similar to upheld against the wall like there's just a single exit. And I'm squeezed facing this entryway. I'm as yet not totally panicked at this point. However, similar to you folks, stop, and they're reaching the place where they have like ripped my shirt off. And I'm like completely uncovered as of now, and they're both coming at me. And I'm similar to you folks like, Jet. Winley, this is actually a major buzzkill entertaining any longer. Lou, she figured out how to push past them and run out of the studio without getting see yet. Her garments were torn and she needed to take off with Tory garments again. Fans were terrified for Bianca, and they requested that she run in light of the fact that the circumstance was exceptionally terrifying. When you include with the reports of Kanye probably controlling her and compelling her to dress strange, eat a certain way, it simply appears as though she was in a horrible circumstance all around yet. You all hold up on this in light of the fact that Bianca just got named in another claim against Kanye, and no, she was not named as a casualty, but rather as a backstabber. Kanye's representatives sued him for unseemly way of behaving, and they guaranteed that Bianca purportedly sent a worker at connection to a site of bad to the bone grown up happy, if you catch my drift. The claim asserted that this occurred in April when Kanye chose to begin a grown-up film organization. This was bizarre on the grounds that he had been open in the past about how grown-up satisfied additionally demolished his life since he was dependent on it, so the possibility of him needing to create content like that was only strange. As per sources at the time, Bianca went ballistic about Kanye's arrangements on the grounds that she thought he was planned to drive her to star in them. An insider said she's blowing a gasket, and with justifiable cause he's been swaggering her around and dressing her like she's a P-star, and presently she knows why Bianca obliged him marching her around like she was in some sort of freaky design show, since she figured it could transform her into a star yet. Skin flicks are shockingly awful, yet it appears as though she ultimately came around to the thought that, in any event, sharing connects to grown-up satisfaction, despite the fact that she realizes that a few underage representatives could see the connections as per reports. The video recordings shared by Sorri, who has been married to the rapper since around 2022, were open to underage staff. No watchman rails were set up to keep the underage specialists from dealing with Yeezy P or to keep them from being presented to and being compelled to play out their work. This is a wreck, and you all can wager that Kim is most likely going to utilize this to move north away from Bianca. Currently, I'm not saying that Kim will brag over this or attempt to keep North away from Bianca. There have been reports that Kim never preferred Bianca all along, and neither did her family. Subscribe Apple World for more videos.